We're here. Hello. Good morning. Is my microphone doubled? Is my microphone muted? These are all possibilities. Let me know. I never know anymore. In the meantime, I will fix MortCam. Somewhat. I don't know why it's black and white. Sometimes it just does that. Seems good? Good. It's worked for once. Genuinely don't understand it. But, you know, whatever. So, I have not reached the end. Let me go over here to where Mort is. You can't really see him, as usual. It's winter time, so he's spending most of his time underneath his basking spot sleeping. Hey Viv, nice to see ya. Hi Chassis. Hi Toad, nice to see ya. How you doing? Yeah, poor Mort is doing his winter hibernation, basically. It's called brumation. Which is why he's not out. Okay, we were going places. Oh my god, I have to sleep. And I'm thirsty. Okay, is this sunrise or sunset? What direction is this? This is sunset. Okay, well, that's good because boy, I am sleepy. There's water in the ship. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, Pathless is so much fun. It was actually really nice to go back and play it a bit. I'm gonna take 2 more, I think, glug glugs, because then I can finish this barrel. Like, maybe I should go back and try to improve my time in all bosses a little bit. Okay, before we exhaust to death, we need to look at this. This. As of day 6, we need to be heading approximately 35 north-northeast on the compass. You can see my cursor probably. Day 6 we were, let me draw this line again just to show you. Day 6 we're heading, you know, kind of like this. So anywhere from like 30 to 35 to 40 is going to get us here in Astron. Enjoy your lurk, Toad. Nice to see ya. Have a good day. Hey, Ouija, how you doing? So, I want us to be underway while I sleep. The problem with that is that it's getting dark, and I don't have time to fully, you know, make... Okay, that's under tension. To fully make sure that everything checks out. So we're not gonna throw full sail while I sleep. We are currently heading a little bit further north than I would like. Wind, not quite tailwind. So, you know, it is what it is. Stocky! Hello, how you doing? Do I like that? I don't know that I like that. A little more. We want the boat to be kind of dragging east. You can see that the helm is leaning a little bit on its own. That is kind of what we want. I'm happy with this position. We'll see if it holds for the rest of the daylight hours, and then I can go to sleep. When a coworker says, yo, I've got this, and he comes back with a nonsensical document. So in other words, he doesn't got it. But I bet that coworker feels very accomplished. Alright, this is 33 days. Like, the wind is alright. It's okay, you know? And it seems that we're holding steady at about 32-ish. It's not quite on the dot, even though it looks like it is. So how have y'all been? Y'all been doing good? Oh, do I have fish that I'm cooking? We have no fish watchers right now. I do. Can't let these guys go to waste. Can't let them rot like a certain eel from last week. Alright, I think I'm happy with this. We have to sleep. Yes, we have to sleep. I have no choice. I will sleep underwater briefly. A little tired this morning. I hope that you get some energy. Get some inspiration. Keeping me afloat, pun intended. Husbando is currently working through a big box. A long time ago, he bought a big box of magic cards. But he hasn't really truly looked through them because we didn't realize when we bought them that the person who had them before was a smoker. So they smell really bad. Let me go check my heading here. Still? Yep. We are holding course really steady. That's very nice. Dragon Sage, how you doing? Did Lars go off? It did, right? Yeah, okay. Good. I couldn't see it behind my game window. Not Lars. Rip. I'll take any magic donations. I mean, we're trying to figure out what to do with them, you know, because they smell bad. And a lot of them are damaged anyway, like in addition to just smelling bad, they're kind of like creased. Shuffle creased, etc. So on the one hand, Husbando has an eBay store for magic. That's how he keeps buying magic things. He did like a small upfront investment of his own money to get his initial stuff going. Alright, I'm liking this. And now just he sells on eBay in order to buy more magic and then sells on eBay. Like it's a self-funding kind of thing. And so we're kind of thinking about selling those ones on eBay, but we have to sell them like as damaged, right? Because of the smell, which sucks. Make a Marlboro themed deck. Delicious idea. How many more streams till we hit land? If the trade winds stay behind us the whole time today, and we're able to run full sail, like running when the wind is basically directly behind you, we could see land today. We could. I'm making no promises. Slept a little longer than I might have wanted to. But okay. Wind isn't very strong right now, but that's okay. We can still go full sail. A breeze, maybe? The way to do it usually is those desiccant packages or whatever they're called. You know, the, like, don't let children eat these things that keep things dry. Those are... Whoopsie. No, I don't want the spanker. The spanker... I mean, we could have the spanker, but just give me a little bit. The free snacks, yeah, uh-huh. Alright, we need to bail some. Kinda cloudy. I hope we can take a reading today. Yes. Basically anything like that. Dehumidifiers, baking soda can also work. It's just, it's so time consuming, right? Because you have to, like, baking soda soak every single card. And he's got... Oh, don't hit my ship! Don't hit my ship! What are all these things, though? They've got one box. I don't think that I care. Although, what's... put this down. Put this down. Whoa, God! I didn't mean to jump that aggressively into the water. What's this box? Where's the box? Where's the box? My ship is gonna get away from me, so this box had better be good. I'm coming, shippy! Okay. I'm coming, I'm getting there. I didn't even get to see what was in this box. We cool. I'm almost back on deck. The wind is picking up. Oh no. I made it. Okay. What is my loot here? What have I acquired? Cheese! Oh, actually cheese is kinda... Cheese is big win, honestly. You'll love to see it. Worth. 100% worth. Oh, I panicked for a second though because I couldn't find my bucket. Alright, we're good. We're good. A mermaid will spawn, they'll teleport you back to the ship. You can 100% lose your ship in this. Like, if you go overboard and you can't catch it, which the wind wasn't very strong, which is the only reason I did that, you can just straight up be lost in the middle of the sea without your ship. Until you... Usually it's until you, like, exhaust to death. But depending on how you have managed your stuff, it could also be until you thirst to death. You know. Alu, nice to see ya! How you doing? How's it going? Whoa. What have I done? I have glitched into the bottom of the ship. I know you've been working hard lately, Alu. I did not even see that tiny ship, though. It rammed right into my starboard side. How dare. So much cable to unplug. I feel like you, of all people, would have that very under control. We are not going to be able to take a reading today, and that really upsets me. I mean, I'm happy with our course. Our course is very nice, and we have some flexibility, but... I still would like to confirm it, you know? We might still be able to get enough shadow to kind of tell, but it would be a... It'd be a very tentative reading. Well, how do I keep glitching myself down the stairs? Alright, we must empty all the milk. The milk from our ship. I want to believe that I cable manage. I don't, actually. Like, I do it right when we set things up, and then if things get messy after that, I just, like, don't fix it. You know what I mean? Alright, we're heading a little bit further north than I would like. Sea's getting a little rough. That's why. I mean, we're not that far off. I am going to... How's the wind? Yeah, the wind has shifted as well. Which sucks. If we could just have straight running winds, that would be great. But alas. And this is no time for a spanker. We are not doing a spanker. Because, like, look at how much we're healing already. Alright, we're a little bit more on track here. Of course, we have water again. That's kind of expected because of how much we're healing. It's alright. What time is it? Do we have enough sunlight? We do. And checked just in time as well. The sun came out just right at noon. Oh, please don't. That was like 12:10, 12:08-ish. Shall we say? Go away. Let's corroborate that with this reading. Let me see. We are looking 2, 4, 6, 36, 3-ish. Almost to 3. If it was 12:10, it would be 2 approaching 3. So, let me adjust this just a little bit, and then we will go and take a look at our chart. So, we have just said 36-ish, 3, 2 approaching 3. So, basically, where we are, because it's hard to tell, right, if you're between 36 and 37 because it's so close. We could actually take another look. See if we can be a little more accurate. Alright, let's see here. We look at the top. 32, 34, that's basically 36. And then the bottom. It's so hard to interpret that, not only because we're moving, right? But it's pretty close to 3. Our reading is accurate. So far as we can tell, so stop putting water in my ship. But we've barely been moving. It's been like half a day, so. I'm gonna mark these in red today, because we're kind of hovering around the same area. So we're at 36. And like 3-ish, right? So we are essentially overlapping. I can't make these triangles up here. We are essentially overlapping. We've moved very little. Because remember, last night, the wind was very light. There was very, very little wind. So it's no surprise that we've barely moved. The fact that we have a reading that's very close to our previous reading is nice. That helps to validate we are where we think we are. And the wind... It's better now, but you can see, right? Like, the sails are not especially full. So, it's basically no surprise that we're in a similar spot. And remember, last time we were kind of dead reckoning, right? So we weren't 100% accurate last time either. That's why we are kind of on top of where we were last time. Our last time reading was probably only like 80% accurate, right? And this one probably is also only like 80% accurate. Alright, I'm happy enough with this course. Dragon Sage. I thought I turned that off. Stacky, it didn't work for you. I don't know why. Dragon Sage, you're special, I guess. Oh, there they are. But enjoy the rest of your day, Stocky. Have a good day at work, or at least as good as you can, right? Alright, I want to lock this for a little bit. Alu stole my ticket. Okay, I would like to check on my fish. Fresh, raw, smoked. He exists. He's real. He's edible. Delicious. Alright, now that I'm actually awake to babysit this, we can put 3 in. I didn't want to do it while I was sleeping because they could burn. Now I need a fish watcher. Javille hasn't been around as the carrot watcher. Somebody in chat, don't remember who, is cup watcher. But I need a fish watcher to make sure that my fish don't spoil or burn. There are no fish. Also, we are turning pretty aggressively. I need to reel in this fish and then readjust our course, which is to say, let the tiller move freely. I locked the wheel, and we need to let the tiller move. Right, I'm quite busy rotating potatoes. Jade, your services are invaluable, thank you. You're pre-rotating potatoes, so should I ever acquire some potatoes? Oh, they're gonna be so rotated. Okay, okay, this needs to not. Yeah, we've turned further east, which again is fine. It'll fix itself. God, we have like no wind. Here, buddy, you get in there. Straight from the sea to the smoker. What is that? What is this? My hook! Where does my hook go? Well, it goes right here now. That's for a lantern. I'm too busy finding Lars. Well, I can tell you, Dragon Sage, you're good at it. Stick to what you're good at, right? Who did it first? Chassis, that was your... that was possibly your gold. I don't know, somebody got gold. Yay! Gold Lars. I don't know who it was. You two fight over it. There are no fish. There's no fish. There's no wind. What is happening? Oh, please. Oh, mine was the black and white one? They both just kind of popped up for me. Like in 2 separate tabs, so... couldn't tell. Did I have a hook? It's possible I'm not catching fish because the last one ate my hook. But I admire your ability, and I have a hook, to catch fish while moving. I think... I don't want to risk it. When we get closer to Astron, we can give it a greater try, because then I can buy a fishing pole if I lose mine. But I think Raw Lion updated it so that you can do like what you actually do on ships, which is just you usually just attach the pole to the back, right? And then do like passive fishing. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I'm feeling better about that. Because that's what we did on Denny. That's how we got those nice fish that we turned into curry. We just had some fishing poles off the back, and then you notice eventually that there are fish on it. Why are there no fish in the entire sea? I just want one more to put in the smoker. But hey, I mean, we dredged up that box of cheese, and that's gonna be huge, honestly. Exactly, the fish bites, and then it just kind of hangs out. I mean, the back of the ship, this brig is shaped kind of differently than many types of ships. Usually the helm is like up way in the back, whether you have a tiller or like a wheel helm. And so the fishing poles would be like right behind you. They'd be like 2 feet from you, you know? So probably the person on the helm notices when you catch a fish. And we only ended up with the one. No, we ended up with 2, I guess. Which I presume is that we just sailed over, like, a little school of them. Which is how we ended up with 2 at once. Hey, this is one of the faster smokers. That's nice. That works out with the timing of our smoking. How are we doing here? Fresh, raw. He's burned! See, if I had a fish watcher, that could have been avoided. Oh, I am not sleepy in the slightest. Which is very unfortunate because it's turning nighttime. It can be hard to get out of that funk once you're, like, desynchronized. You're kind of, like, jet-lagged, but ship style. Oh, and now there's fish. Seriously? Look at all these seagulls. Alright. We're catching a bajillion fish, okay? It's fish time. Oh, and of course he took my hook. Of course he did. Where's my fishing pole? I threw it on the floor in the dark. Yeah, so for as long as these seagulls are here, that's an indication that they've come here to eat the fish, which means there's a lot of fish. We can turn them into soup. We can salt them, I suppose. I don't super like doing that unless I have to, because salty fish makes me thirsty, and water is a very precious resource, of course. But yes, we can turn them into soup. I don't necessarily... Soup can be kind of wasteful, because on a ship, and I'm speaking in the context of this game, on a ship, it's easy to, like, spill it, and so you lose some of the food and water that you spent on it, you know? But we can make some soup. Or we could just fry up some fish. Little stripes of fish. I don't super want it to be nighttime. I also need to check my course in case I need to make any last minute adjustments, but before it gets dark. I still have a fish on my line, don't mind that, just gonna shove it in my pocket real quick. I just cannot seem to help going further north than I want. I mean, our trajectory's like fine, but it's not 100% what I want. Stop taking my hook! I can't see anything. Alright, the seagulls are still here. Which means there's still fish. Yeah, I just can't seem to balance the sails in a way that I don't have to constantly manage the helm based on the wind direction right now. But honestly, I don't mind that because the trade winds right now are kind of coming further out of the west. Which means if I have to turn harder east later, we'll have nice following winds. So basically, I'd rather go too far north and then turn east than too far east and have to turn north. That makes sense. The fish. He's stuck on my hook. I'm gonna check my heading. That's better. That's better. Fish. Okay. Can't see if there's still seagulls. Gonna assume maybe there are. I also can't see my fishing pole. Alright, I guess this will be the last fish we catch because I can't see anything. But sadly, I'm not sleepy, you know? So what do we make with these fish? Do we turn them into soup? Do we cut them up into strips and fry them? Salt them? Smoke them? I can't see how close I am to reeling in this fish. Okay. There's fish all over the floor. Don't mind me. Fresh, raw. Fresh, raw. Alright. These guys still need to cook in the smoker. This is now empty. I am throwing it somewhere. Oh my god, it's so dark. Where am I? I'm lost. Where's... Okay, okay. We're fine. I'm gonna take this real quick. So that I can actually see what I'm doing. We're gonna throw it right here. Because the smoker gives me enough light in here to figure out what's happening. We need to take our navigational reading. Where is... Over here. I need to look at the North Star. Which is this one. And we are at 30... That's about 37... 37.5, I would say. So we've made progress. Our longitude is kind of the most important thing, and that's also the hardest to read. But, you know. We gotta open a new thing of firewood to smoke these guys. And why don't we throw on one of the ones that's faster to smoke? How's our travels here? I'm fine with this. If that's the direction the ship wants to tend, that's alright. Oh boy, I'm not sleepy. I think I'm gonna sleep for a little bit. I'll turn this lantern off. No, I won't. I'll never be able to find my way back here from my bed if I turn it off. I'm gonna sleep for like a little bit. Because I'm hungry enough that it should wake me up soon. And I'm gonna try to get us like back on track. Even if that means little nappies instead of a full sleep. I mean, I do kind of want it to be morning, you know, but... My fish is gonna burn. The eels shouldn't burn, but that tiny little fish probably is going to burn. But anywho, what are y'all doing this weekend? Anything fun? It is Thursday after all. Did not mean to sleep this long, thank you. Oh god, what are we hitting? Have we hit something? It sounded like we hit something. Could just be one of those little boats. I can hear it. These guys are all still fresh and raw. Well, there are worse things. See, it takes so much firewood to get these guys smoked. We need to do something with these fish as well. How's my course? Looks like we're still holding steady. Yep. I am happy with this course. I'm gonna trust that those fish are gonna be okay for a little while longer. No plans? We were gonna... I mean, Husbando was gonna keep working on his cards. Hopefully finish Lies of P DLC, and possibly the whole game, I don't know. Alright. How we doing back here? Smoked! Oh, wait, I don't actually want to eat this. Just kidding. The whole point is that I don't want to eat it. Smoked. Phenomenal. Alright, now you can go in here. You can go in here. You guys are faster to smoke. This eel, I am going to slice into pieces. Chunk. I'm gonna put this pot on the stove. Oh, I need water, I think. We're gonna make soup. Make some fish soup. Just a little bit. We gotta put a fish. And not the table, please. A fish. And a fish. And a fish. Oh, I don't have enough water. Okay, I'm eating this fish. Let's cook it just a little. I have a dried carrot slice. Do I have space for that? I do. And a dried cucumber slice. Get some veggies in here so we stay nice and healthy. Oh, here's another cucumber. We're doing so much cooking! This is great. Nice heading here. I'm not gonna sleep for very long because of how hungry I am, so we're gonna sleep a little bit more. Serving my boss even during the weekend. My dog is currently sleeping. Right, little by little, we're just gonna get it to be daytime. I don't want to sleep too far into the day. That's how we got into this mess in the first place. Okay. We're at sunrise. Oh, the wind. What is happening with the wind? Oh my god, why is it coming from that direction? Stop. Hopefully it has not been coming from that direction for long. Because that is how you make a ship go backwards. The sails did not look like that a minute ago, right? I would have noticed. Oops, that's the one that I do want to still have. That's the only one that can function when we're close-hauled. Why do we need to be close-hauled? Oh, I hate this. Yeah, our destination is now upwind. Why? Oh, this sucks. Alright, we're gonna get as close to where we need to be as we can. Is the spanker down? Why are we getting pushed so aggressively? Alright. This needs some finagling. We're just gonna fully pop that in. Adjust this a little bit while it's in. Pop it back out. Yeah, okay, that's better. Kind of tangled on itself, but still. I don't want to sail like that. We are adjusting, but like very slowly. It's not a bad course necessarily, and we can't do much about it actually. Okay, I need to check my food. How's everything doing here? Smoked eel. You'll love to see it. Throw it on the floor. How's this? This little fish back here? Fresh and okay. Smoked food goes bad really slowly. Whoopsie. Which is why we're smoking so much. And why I'm fine just throwing them on the floor. Now that it's daytime, though, I will eat some of these little smoked guys. Does that soup look done? I feel like that soup doesn't look done. Oh no. Oh boy. Our course! Alright. Well, while we're going, we didn't mark our nighttime course, which we need to. Based on the trajectory that we were going, we plotted out our trajectory here. We would be, it said 37 bordering on 38. So, according to the reckoning that we did before, we should be like right here. And that's gonna be... What did you get? What did you get? Regular dude. That's gonna be day 7. So I mean, it's movement, right? You know? It's something. Didn't actually see it. It was one of the Formosan guys. Alright. Not the biggest fan of what is occurring with our wind. I would like to get to Aestrin. While I can still earn money from this gold. So. Yeah. We have this. So let's finish our little thing here. If we want to get to Fort Aestrin, which is right here, we're basically on the same course. Yeah, like 32-ish. Can't do that right now because of the wind. Ugh, we're like not even close. Because 32 is almost upwind right now. You'll love to see it, right? Oops. So we'll do the best we can. I guess I'll throw the spanker because that's not only going to give us more speed, it's going to help us turn a little bit. It's going to help us adjust course. But thank you, Dragon Sage, for the special treats for the Bowies. They adored it, obviously. Frank ate an entire slice of watermelon on his own. Absolute mad lad. Look at the water. The wind is just not non-existent. Oh boy. We just absolutely shredded out of Gold Rock City. And then ever since... Hello? Whales! I just didn't want to be hitting something. Hopefully the whales are smart enough not to be run into by my ship. Hey whale friend, can you give me a push? We'll just make some buddies. We'll have a whale chariot. We're almost there. And then I'll see if we can take a reading. We really desperately need longitude right now to make sure we are where we think we are. I mean, longitude is always the thing that you really need. There he is. Latitude, you have many options for taking readings. Longitude, you have fewer. Alright. I can take a preliminary reading from this before it's noon. Just not quite yet. What was I gonna do? I was gonna take a drinky. I have no water. Hey, my ship's filling with water again. Alright, but all of these are water as well. So in terms of supplies, we're doing okay. How's our horse here? Better, 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 better. Okay. Beautiful. In fact, we've turned a little bit too far north, but I don't mind that. I'm gonna use the spanker because we need a little bit of speed for Gorf's sake. That's gonna tilt us back harder east, but that's fine. Wonder what a whale harness would look like. I feel like they would have to have like a bit like a horse, otherwise it would just slide off, right? Okay, what do we got? If my rigging could get out of the way, please. Okay, preliminarily, we seem fine. We're like 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we're approaching 38. We're still in 37. Rigging, please. And we're at, yeah, like 1 to 2-ish. But we'll wait until noon to make sure we actually have, like, a reading. Alright, I need to turn harder to counteract the spanker. I like this whale-based business. Although it's funny because I think that the whales in this game are like orcas. And I'm pretty sure that the climate around here is not orca suitable. Alright, the helm is going to adjust a little bit on its own. Oh, we've got following winds. You'll love to see it. We can start to rock it once again. We have combated the winds. Alright, hopefully we can just run for a little bit. Angle here? Angle's fine, I can fix it in a second. We don't need to sail quite so close hauled on the jib up here. Orcas would be pirates in such a situation. Okay. How are we doing noon-wise? Once again, we're cutting it pretty close. Lucky that we looked. And according to this, yeah, we are at about 37, 38 latitude. Which is where we expect to be. That's good. Get out of my light! I need to know when it's noon! Oh my god, move! It's noon. Christ. Alright. We have maintained longitude pretty consistently. Which, I mean, yeah, we are going mostly north. That's still like 3. Wind is good. Keep your water out of my boat. I really do want to go though. So I'm fine with taking on a little bit of water. I can't get away from my own rigging to just read this for a second. Yeah, this is closer to 2, I would say. It's really hard to tell. $37.2. Let me just make sure we're not going terribly off course here. We are not. So, let's take a look. We are at 37.2. You can see we are... I'm not even going to make a new mark. We are close enough to this one that I'm not even going to clutter the map. We're still right around in this area. Because again, the wind, right? And you can, even now you can see, it's not super filling these. It is kind of. But if we were going to go straight northeast, let's see where that would put us. Because that's our course right now. Having a digital map like this is very convenient because I could just move this line. So that's straight northeast. I move this from where we are, and I mean, that puts us on the island right next to Fort Aestrin, heading toward Mount Malefic, which is still fine. Like, as long as we can see any of the islands of Fort Aestrin, we're fine. So, we're just gonna hold this northeast course. We're turning a little bit further east, and I don't want that, but... But we cool. We're alright. Stop with all of the water in my ship. My fish! I just remembered my fish. Fish. My soup. Okay, soup's okay. Smoked eel. Doing okay. Throw it on the floor. Okay, this guy. Oopsie. Give me this guy. Nobody burned. It's cool. Alright, I'll just eat this guy. That's fine. Nope. Give me wood. I think I'm just gonna smoke that eel, and then we're gonna call it good for him. For the smoker. For a while. Finish up our zoop. Okay. I'm happy with this. The wind is... These are not getting any, like, lift at all, you know? The wind is so slow. I don't want this to be at this angle anymore. But, what can you do? I'm gonna take... I'm gonna ruin everything when I do this. I'll take this empty box. I'm gonna throw it over here. I'm gonna start to put fish in it. Nope. Oh god, I've ruined everything. Fish. Because these guys are smoked. They'll last for a long time. So I have created a decent amount of food. Although I actually am gonna eat this guy. Just kidding. Doink. Cool. This guy will be smoked eventually. My zoop should be done someday. It'll turn darker when it's done. How fast are we moving? It can't be that fast. Yeah, not especially. We're going like 4 knots. I'd like to be going about 8. But what can you do, I suppose? What can you do? Now, as for next week, what should we do? I guess we should run intended percent again, huh? And try to PB again, but do it right this time? It was a really fun watch. It was a good run, like, for me, you know? It was kind of... I will admit that it was kind of annoying losing time to the things that we did. We lost time to falling off of Gaius's head for absolutely no reason because Wander just didn't grab. Obviously we lost time to Pelagia because Pelagia decided that he didn't want to participate in his own boss fight. And we lost time to Zenobia because Zenobia just got confused. So like if those things didn't happen, that would be swell, you know? But I guess we do it again. I don't understand why Pelagia is the way that he is. Even, like, I couldn't do rib run. Why couldn't I do rib run, you know? Like, I was on his ribs, and then Wander just wouldn't get to his shoulder. What is the wind doing? It's fine, I guess. So I don't know, like we can get a nice time in intended percent. I just have to not forget things. And I feel like even runners who don't just jump onto Pelagia's face still don't have him just wander off into the middle of nowhere, you know? Let alone twice. There is no wind. Look at the water. I would like my course to be a little bit more north. I've never had him leave me alone. It happens to me. Our soup! Yeah, no, it's not done. Just kidding. Just kidding. Can we catch like a... just like a little fish to put in here with the salmon? Yeah, that's a salmon. Well, I guess then... I think this is a salmon, right? Yeah. It's not an eel. Salmon doesn't take that long to smoke, hypothetically, so... we're just gonna end up in an endless cycle here. If I get another fish, we'll leave the salmon alone. Time to get out the oars. I have no sweeps. If only. I have no sweeps because I have no capstan, presumably. Oh my god, what is the wind doing? Stop! You just like stay consistent and take me to where I'm trying to go. With the spanker down, that might be like a little too much lean. We'll see. See, like that's better. Kind of. Not especially, but something, I guess. Yeah, Yeah, like that's better. That's like a 6 to 8 knots kind of deal. We are healing, but the course is all right. It's holding well enough. We are healing a lot. let's let's ease the spanker a little bit, just a little. Like, ships can maintain this level of heal. It's fine. But I am gonna, like, go to sleep. And I would like for it to stabilize a little bit. Yeah, we fine. Because ships can heal like this indefinitely, basically. We're not really in any danger. Unless a sudden massive gust of wind shows up, but... I don't mind what we're doing here. Except for that, get out of my ship! I have holes in my ship. Yeah, I'm good. Just going straight northeast. That's fairly simple. Stop. I've got to bail some more before I go to sleep. And I am going to adjust the spanker a bit more. Let me just drop this real quick. Because I can't be taking on water, like, all night. I might just put up the spanker. That'll even us out a little bit more. Where did I drop my bucket? It's dark. Now, the other problem is, we're gonna get to Astron. We're gonna sell some stuff. We're gonna make some money. There's a giant ship there that I really, really want. It's another square rigger. Which is great. Those are my babies, right? But do we feel okay just leaving this ship behind? You know, like this is our ship. Do we actually want to switch to a different ship? Someday? Whoops. Because I had no problem getting rid of the cog or whatever it was. My first little ship that just had a single square and a single jib sail. Because that was just a rinky-dink little guy. But my beloved brig, you know? We getting rid of him? I mean, we're not getting rid of him. But I am just going to have water constantly. Okay. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We are gonna ease up on these tops just a little. I just want to be able to sleep in relative safety, you know? I have no okay. Good, I put my bucket back on the table. Could not have told you where I put it. The new ship might not constantly be underwater. You underestimate how fast I am gonna break that ship. Like, we could get bilge pumps. Realistically, if you wanted to not have water in the ship constantly, we can either use oakum, right, which we still haven't been willing to do, or we can just get bilge pumps. That's still not going to completely stop water, but it's going to make a big difference. I am terrified of bailing in the middle of the night because I can very easily step off the side of the ship. Have you played Outer Wilds? Outer Wilds is one of my top 5 games of all time. Yes, I have played Outer Wilds. I love Outer Wilds. In fact, I also speedran it. Not any percent, I did all deaths, which was really, really goofy. Alright, we're gonna take a reading. Where did I leave my quadrant? My fish! Okay, I forgot my fish again. Did you just smoke salmon? Ah, now that's some soup. Glug glug. Delicious. I have consumed my soup. Alright, I need to sleep. But, yeah, I want my... I guess I must have... Did I leave my quadrant up on the upper deck? Where did I put my quadrant? There it is. I get it. You gotta line this up. Yep. Alright. That's 38 to 39. So, let's like walk away for a second. And then I'll like recalibrate and do it again just to make sure. Yeah, that's better. Closer to 38 than 39. But still approaching. So, that's something. Did I drink all my soup? I don't still have soup, do I? No. Oh, I had a little bit of soup. Just a little bit. A little bit of soup. Okay. We good. Alright, course is fine. I need to sleep. Can we design a flag? Oh, I wish that we could put a flag up. The expanded shipyard mod might let you do that? I'd have to check. That was so long ago. I know, right? I got a time that I was really happy with. I actually had the world record for a while in all deaths. But I stopped running it because number one, I got a time I was happy with. And number two, like, it was always tough because, like, I want people to show up and hang out and chat because, you know, it's comfy and cozy and whatever. But if people haven't played Outer Wilds, I desperately don't want them to be here, you know? Like, I don't want to spoil any of that for them. And so it felt challenging to have streams where I did that because I both wanted people to show up and didn't want them to show up, you know? Thanks for the lizard treats. I don't know if you saw Ouija, but Dragon Sage redeemed special treats for the berries for their birthday. And those are in the Discord. Okay, we're getting like some water in here. Where am I? I'm lost. What is happening? Okay, this is still fine. Getting a little nervous about the amount of water that's in my ship, but it's almost morning. We'll take care of it. Hey, Shavil, nice to see you. Yes, there was daylight savings time. I contemplated actually starting a stream. Would it be an hour earlier or an hour later for you to make it, like, the same as before? Okay, okay. Okay, it's morning. How's the wind? Wind is basically the same as where we left it, but much stronger, which is why we are healing so much. We bail! Because we are schmoovin'. Love to see that. Also, hi Viv. I don't remember if I said hi to you. Okay. Okay. We'll put in our reading from last night. 38 approaching 39. When I have a chance. Have you been enjoying the sumo? We haven't caught up with the last, like, 2 days. But either first or second day, the match between Yokozuna and I believe it was Wakataka Kage was just wild. Liked that one very much. I have a beef with time zones. I wish we didn't do it. Nobody likes it. Why do we do it? Given how much I want to be healing during this journey to go quickly, I think I'm gonna use some oakum. Get a little bit more of this out here. I have no concept of how damaged my ship is. Oopsie. A lot. Turns out. I used almost an entire barrel of oakum. But you can see it on the deck now. I've patched these holes. So we bail, and then it should take on less water. But only for a little while. Oakum is not a permanent repair. And it's not a complete repair. Yeah, every year, they're like, nobody likes this, why don't we just get rid of daylight savings time? And then nothing ever happens. I'd like to get... Oopsie. I do that all the time. I'd like to get most of the water out before we write down our nighttime reading, but... I'm for the complete abolishment of time zones. So, like, people just... For some people, 12 a.m. or, like, you know, 1 a.m. is just... That's during your working hours and you just kind of get used to it, you mean? That's all she had to do was just no more time zones. We voted for it in Cali and it didn't pass. Was it close? Or was it like not even, like no shot? Okay, this is enough water for now. Let's confirm our heading here. Yep, essentially, ooh, northeast on the dot. Ooh, and we can change our sails, but we'll do that in a second. So for right now, we were heading directly northeast. And we were at 38 to 39. Where's my triangle? Right here. So if we were heading directly northeast from where we were, here-ish, 38 to 39, beautifully, we have made some progress. The only question is longitude. We don't have a good estimate of longitude right now, so I'm going to assume we didn't go very far longitude-wise, so I'm going to put us right about here. Because we're doing 38 going on 39, right? And so now we want to be holding... If we go straight northeast. Northeast is still good. We like northeast still. So. Wind is very garbage right now. You can see that the telltale here is kind of flapping. Means the wind is not very strong again, but we can at least adjust the sails to get more forward drive out of them. And I'll throw the tops again. See, look at all this patchwork that we did for our ship. Isn't that nice? Nope, that's the spanker. Yep, top's down. Great. My lantern still on? No. And King spoke right in the center. So that means our why did I take this out? Our rudder is straight on, basically. Means we should hold course pretty steady. Alright, we got a bit more time to bail. That's just our occupation here before we need to take our daytime reading. That will tell us our longitude. That is very important. Arizona doesn't have daylight savings. We learned that the hard way. We were traveling... It was the only time we had ever been to the West Coast, and we were doing, like, California, you know, Grand Canyon, San Diego Zoo, that whole deal. And we had booked a hotel in Arizona because we were going to see the Grand Canyon, but we wanted to stay late enough to see the Milky Way, you know? And we did do that. So by the time we were leaving, it was like 10:30. And we had a reservation at a hotel, and they were like, you can't check in after 11:30. And we only realized basically at the point that we needed to check in, like, oh shoot, we've been in a place that has a time zone, right? And then Arizona doesn't do daylight savings time. So thankfully, we were able to cancel that reservation and get a different one with 24-hour check-in, like, right then. But we almost slept in our car because I forgore. Almost there. We've almost got all the water out. And then it should fill slower. It'll still fill, but we've got some oakum on the job now, so. I haven't checked my salmon. I hope he's not burned. Ugh. It's telltale. There's obviously very little wind. Oakum, barely know him. Alright. We clean. It's not anywhere near noon, so we don't need to take that reading yet. We can start to consider it on here. Yep, that's basically 39. And it looks like we're at 1, which is great. We'll take a more accurate reading closer to noon. So, you know, every day I take this sun compass, right? And I wait until the shadow crosses the midline. It does look like we're about 38, 39 here. And then I rush over to this clock, which is essentially this game's version of GMT. This accounts for noon in Astron. So we compare the time that it is with well, the time that it is on this clock with noon here, because that will give us our relative distance compared to noon in Astron. Ideally, when we check today, we want this clock to say about 12:05. That would be great. That would be in accordance with what we would like. The salmon is still raw. Whale, shush. You're cute. I'm gonna need you to stop. What is that? I guess it was just dust on my screen. Alright, northeast. You'll love to see it. We've got following winds once again, which is great. Let me see. I'm gonna... If it's following winds, I'm gonna let this out. Yep, now it's under tension, which is good. What is that device? This one? It's a clock. Or do you mean the sun compass? / chrono compass. I like your pet salmon, thank you. Thank you, he's my babe. He's almost smoked. I hate that I had to use an additional piece of wood. Alright. Can I? No. Alright. The oakum is holding. I want to put this oakum somewhere. I don't want to keep running over it. Why don't we put it, like... Can I fit it, like, down in here? Yeah. The 19% one, the one that's, like, basically used, I can keep out, but... I want this to fit down in here. Good enough. But look, no water, because we patched our ship. Northeast on the dot. Love to see it. The one that isn't the sun compass, this chrono compass, this is for this game only. This is not a real device. But we do need to actually... Yeah, we need to get ready to take the reading. $38 to $39, as we would have expected. Watch out that you don't end up filling your water bottle with oakum. Hey. You know, I was gonna contest that I would do that, but you're right. I won't lie. Alright, and we've got, yep, essentially 1205. You'll love to see it. That means we have made progress. We will double check with our little chrono compass here. Uh-huh. Yuppers! That's 38 to 39-1. Let me just check, make sure we're still good to go here. We are. Everything is going according to plan. So, 38 to 39-1. We haven't moved that much. You know, we're about here. But I mean, look at where we are. Look at the nice little course that we've taken. We are making the progress that we expect to make today. So now, northeast, like straight northeast, is, I mean, that's still essentially on target with Astron. The reason that I'm doing this, by the way, is that if I do it like this on paint and then move it, that's just kind of my digital replacement for having like a protractor and stuff like you would in real life. So that's why I'm doing it that way. We could be getting a little bit more out of this sail. How's fish? How's fish back here? Still raw. Buddy, please. Alright, we don't have things to do. Oh, there's a little bit of water. Just a little bit. That was it. Is the plant starving to death? I'll be okay. I actually have an entire other, I should eat an orange. I should avoid getting scurvy. So, since we have some free time, let's clean up our boat. Let's just have a nice little cleaning session here. Make her beautiful again. It's hard to get the walls. Eh. Eh. I've got so much stuff on the walls. I'm just brushing all of this dirt into my fish. Oh, is he smoked? He's still raw. Buddy, you are the color of a smoked fish. Can you just please? Alright, good enough on the walls. Alright, let's do the floor. The floor is very satisfying. Look how dirty it got. Ah, pleasing. Power wash simulator for a boat. I'm feeling good about our progress. We've got a nice course that we've selected. The wind is alright. The direction is good. I care about that more than I care about the speed. I would rather just be sailing comfortably than sailing fast but having to wrestle with the rigging all the time. So for the people who joined later, I have already asked the question, what are you going to do this weekend? Anything fun? As I said, we are still playing Lies of P. Osbando's working on his magic card collection. Right? It does kind of look... It's a little classy, isn't it? When it's dark. I feel that. It's like it's aged. It is a ship that has seen many adventures. I don't remember if you can change like the type of wood that your ship is made of at the shipyard. I don't use the shipyard very much because I like my ship the way it is. Even though I have the expanded shipyard mod. But yeah, we do have to think. Like, are we gonna actually buy a new ship, you know? Do we love this ship too much? To betray her? To cheat on her with another ship? Go to Avenue Q, that's exciting. Been a long time since I've heard that name. How is Ghost of Yote? I kind of basically forgot that it existed. Some games that I kind of expected to really be looking forward to just faded entirely out of my consciousness. Ah, it's so bright in here. I missed a spot. Like, look at the difference. Is there a layer of ash on everything? It's Doherty. It's for some reason salt is dark. It's all of the turpentine and tar oozing, I suppose. Somebody mentioned turpentine the other day and it made me just so like, nostalgically crave that smell. If somebody could get me, like, a turpentine candle, that would be amazing. Ah, it's so bright. I want to put my broom down. Good. The king spoke is still essentially in the middle. I'm fine with going a little bit more north. The wind has shifted. I don't necessarily want to follow it. Not the biggest fan of where it is right now. Ghost of Yote is very good. The better Ghost of Tsushima. The thing with Ghost of Tsushima, if I recall, at least in my own personal experience, it started to feel like kind of samey, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't not enjoy it, you know? Have we jibed, by the way? We have. Good. We have jibed while I was below deck. Alright, there's a little more tension there. No, those are nice. Nice filled sails. Spoke is moving a little bit. Don't super want that, but sweeping up the black mold, yeah. Is this not fully fastened? It is. Alright. This one is nice and swelled. Why isn't this one? I guess it is. Spoke is still correcting itself a little bit. Okay. That should help a little. We'll see. That area's full of water for basically one in-game month. But look at it! We actually have like a ship now that doesn't just have water in it constantly. This Telltale is going, but not like, you know? Where's my chip log? Jippy, there you are. Yep, 6 to 8, as we kind of expected. 10 is wonderful for a brig, but 10 to 12 is wonderful. Alright, we're maintaining course a little bit more now with that small adjustment to the 4 here. Beautiful! Salmon! Ah! Smoked! Look at that. Thank you, Shabil. He's delicious! Oh, look at how delicious he is. It makes sense. I didn't mind the repetition, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I can't quite put my finger on why it didn't 100% click with me. I think I wrote it down somewhere. Was it 2024 that I played that? Because I always write down my thoughts. Per year on games. I'm so dang hungry. We're having queso tonight. My favorite kind of queso. It's um it's a kind of a conglomeration of my own making, and I'm very excited. Let me see if I can find my old toasts. When did I play this game? It wasn't in 2024, I guess. Was it in 2023? We played a lot of games in 2023, jeez. How did I not play it in 2023 either? When did Ghost of Yote come out? Okay, still happy with this course. Yote came out, or I'm sorry, Ghost of Tsushima, I meant. How did I not... Has it been that long? 2020? Excuse me? That's a lie. Oh no. I don't want to believe that it's been that long. Jeez. Alright, I guess I don't have a thing for it. Okay, we are gonna take our reading. I did bring this back. I have... Does this take a candle? I have no more juice in my lantern. Alright, I'll fix that during the day. When I can see a little bit more. This one still has juice, so we'll use this. Ugh, all my sails are up. I'm never gonna be able to see the North Star. I have so much dust on my screen! Like, genuinely, I can't find the North Star because I have dust. Okay, hold on. So we're heading... It should be this way. I can't see anything. Come here. I have to, like, find it first. Oh, is that it? My jib is in the way! Yes, that's it. Okay. Stay- oh, that's completely not helpful. Also, I'm gonna light my ship on fire. Get up here. Okay, I have to stumble through the dark real quick. Don't mind me. I put my quadrant somewhere around here. There it is. Okay. Alright, and now I can see the lantern. We're fine. Eh. I don't want to fall off the front of my ship. Okay, okay, I can see the North Star. Jeez. Not quite. Not quite. There we go. 39. Cool. All of that effort for basically where we knew we were anyway, but it's important. I want this on. I need to be able to see. Let me just check one more time. Make sure that I'm happy with our course here. Yep, this is fine enough. I'll make a small adjustment. It'll adjust back to center overnight. Made Kraft mac and cheese without milk, but use pasta water. Pasta water is like the overlooked ingredient for so many pasta dishes, right? Like, it helps it not be runny. Very good. Sekiro was 2019. Sekiro doesn't even know about COVID. Second favorite game of all time. I actually think that Sekiro is my least favorite FromSoft game, but given that the quality of all of them is so high, you know, that is not saying by any means that Sekiro is a bad game. Yep, okay. This course is good. The wind still appears to be blowing. Let me see. Not super in love with the wind, but we're holding the course, so we're gonna keep going. That is something I don't want to mess with in the middle of the night, so long as my squares are still doing work, which they are. But if the wind is gonna continue to be problematic, then it could start pushing us backwards, which is why I'm gonna go check again. Yeah, no, this is fine. See, Sekiro fighting Genichiro is by far like the highlight, right? If the entire game was like that, absolute banger. It's just the fact that you have, like, trying to think of a good example, because a lot of people would bring up Guardian Ape or whatever that guy is called, but I disagree. I don't think that he's an example of one that is among the negative ones. Like Father Owl in the Lady Butterfly place can just choke on a rusty spoon, I tell you what. You know? But then again, that doesn't mean that it's bad. Oh, storm. I don't want that. Okay, but wind. The wind fixed itself. We're back to the trade winds here. Course is still fine. We do need to bail because we are going to be taking on water from the storm. We'll mark our most recent navigation when I have the opportunity. Unfortunately, we might not be able to take a reading today, which is really not great. Depends on how long the storm lasts. It's behind us, but the wind is also behind us, which indicates to me it's probably just we're not even in the storm yet. I'm not going to put the tops down yet, but we're probably going to have to. Because that's gonna be some pretty intense, like, plowing, so. Woo! And y'all do have game sound, right? I made sure it was on, I thought. But yeah, I liked the Sekiro gameplay of, like, the parry system. Obviously, like, that's part of the reason why I like Lies of P as well. We do have game sound, okay. Oh, you know who else? I don't remember if that guy's name was Yoshinobu. I want to say that it has a Y in it. The spear guy outside of that tower, like, right at the beginning, but he doesn't show up until later. That guy. Nah, man. And I haven't played Sekiro since it came out. Essentially, we got the platinum and then I've never touched it again. But boy, that guy is burned into my brain. Grandma, like, Lady Butterfly? Because that, I do feel like that's the point in the game where, like, you have to get it to click. But she's optional. So if you don't do that, then the point where you have to get it to click is Genichiro, you know? Which is, like, to me, by far the best fight in the game. Besides, I guess, spoiler for one of the endings, the lady, I'll just say, in one of those endings. Genichiro was so much fun. I liked him a lot. And then Ape. Yes, no, Ape, for sure. 1000%. I got, like, in subsequent playthroughs, I didn't mind the Ape because by that point I had learned better. But, oh, I was so angry in the first playthrough. And I still maintain double Ape is bullshit. No. Yep, Snake Eyes also, for sure. I mean, I'm glad to see that that seems to be the ubiquitous experience, because that definitely was my experience. Okay. How are we doing on course? We're drifting a bit. So is the wind. I'm gonna actually lock this for a second. You want Ape? Okay, we'll give you 2. How about 2? Alright. That's nice. Not only do we get to stay more on course, but we get following wind once again. Swung a little bit hard. But we're fixing it. I need food. I need water. Yeah, like, we're gonna have a little bit of water in the ship now because it's raining. Just kind of how it's gonna go. Alright, let's check this again. King spoke directly in the middle, but north. Alright, I'm fine with this. We'll leave the spoke a little bit off. It'll correct itself, but... it's correcting itself so far south. And that's an aggressive correction as well. Let me think about what I can do with that. How's this? Yeah, it's under tension. That's fine. I mean, we're basically evening out northeast. Which I still want. Alright, this is fine for now. We shouldn't super, like, leave the game right now, but we do need to mark our night reading. So we're essentially 39, still northeast. We maintained that basically through the night, so... almost there, chat. Look at that. We should start keeping an eye out for land. Not like we're gonna be able to see it right now. A little bit north. We will unlock that and it should correct itself. I'm so excited for land and big boat. I don't know if we're gonna be able to afford big boat is the thing. We'll have to see. I don't think we will. But, I mean, we can just run Astron to earn more money, you know? A storm is passing. It's over there. You can see it's not behind us anymore. It's just all right there. So... maybe we can get through the storm before before noon and we can still take a reading, but nearly potato time. I don't know if there's potatoes, Shade. uh, I want... No, I don't want my salmon, I don't think. I'm gonna take one of my smoked eels. They're very good. Delicious! Man, we are jibing like crazy. Yeah, no, I'm gonna actually allow it to happen instead of correcting. We kind of did just a back and forth there. How's the wind? I'd like to adjust this a bit. That should also help us keep course. This is under an immense amount of tension because we're running. This one, yeah, I'll adjust this also. Thankfully, Aestrin has a gigantic mountain called Mount Malefic that should be easy to see. It's kind of similar to Gold Rock City in that it's like jutting out of the water very, very far, compared to something like Happy Bay, which is much harder to see. The other thing about Aestrin, don't forget, we could use a not insignificant amount of our money to get a much, much better spyglass, one of these. And like, you know, how worth it is that? So, we'll see how much we have when we get there. I'll bail a little bit. I don't think we're going to be able to take a reading, sadly. It would be extraordinarily helpful. This is like one of the most important readings we need to take because we're so close to Aestrin. And of course there's a storm. But Aestrin is kind of notably stormy, so hopefully we're close, you know? I keep dropping my bucket. So yeah, we could try to save up for the ship. We could get the spyglass. We could also invest in bilge pumps so I don't have to keep bailing like this. I mean, we would still have to bail sometimes, but bilge pumps would keep it under control a bit more. I think that our oakum is basically gone. You can see it kind of disappearing into the cracks here. So, wet and cold feels like home already. So I'll use like the rest of the oakum barrel that we have. Alright, nice and clean. It is currently... Yeah, we've only got like an hour. We're not going to be able to take a reading, which sucks. Okay. We're able to use a little bit more oakum. Can I see any? No, there's like no sunlight. Unfortunately. There's always water to get out of the boat. It should be slightly better now. Used some more oakum. But it is raining. So like even if the ship isn't leaking, we're still getting the rainwater, you know? Whoa, my sun compass. Take it easy there, I need that. I don't mind this course. Given the wind in a storm, we probably are going fairly quickly. Yeah. Yuppers. About 10. You'll love to see it in a brig. 12. depending on where exactly the chip log is measuring, so. Alright. Now we just wait out the storm. No shot that we see land right now. Because, I mean, look at this. Garbage. But boy, we could get there. And the other thing to think about is that if we get a new ship, we have to like fully decorate it and everything. We have a lot of supplies on this ship, but if it's like a huge ship, we might want things like a better bed. Like we could have a bed instead of a hammock. We can have things like an actual stove, I think. Not just a little grill. We could have more drying racks. We could have... There's some really heavy stuff I don't remember that I've never even considered because it was so heavy. Does bed provide you with better rest? It does. Better rest. Exactly. Jesus Christ. Okay, it was a whale. Hi, buddy, you scared me. Stay away from my ship, though. Love you. We're getting a little more light. Is there anything we can do with this? No. And it's already past noon. Unfortunate. So yeah, like, we got a ton of stuff that we could buy, and we're probably gonna have to run Astron for a while. But Astron is fairly profitable. Or, hey, look at my bars. What are the odds that they're all, like, exactly the same? We need a whale jump scare. If we really, really needed money, I can tell you one way to get good money, and it is really stressful. We could sail to Happy Bay, which I guess let me remind you where that is, right? So we sailed from Gold Rock City. We sailed all the way across the ocean. We're almost at Astron. We could sail down to Happy Bay over here. From Astron, which is up there. Happy Bay has, I believe it's Happy Bay, has logs. Bunch of, like, when I say logs, I mean like whole tree-sized logs. They are worth a lot of money to the people in Dragon Cliffs, which are down here. So Happy Bay is like the stopover point between Astron and Dragon Cliffs. Those logs, I have learned from experience, are extraordinarily heavy. It is super, super easy to tip your ship over and, like, sink your ship. But if you get those logs down there, you make a ton of money. So, we could take, like, a risky contract like that, try to earn a bunch of money. Because Astron has really unpredictable weather, which makes running errands in it kind of rough. Am I... Oh, I did not just jibe, right? I mean, if I did, it was successful, and that's nice. But... Happy Bay, Happy Bay. I'll bail a bit more. If it could stop raining... I guess it has kind of stopped raining. So with no concept of where we actually are... This is why you draw lines on your map when you do charting, right? You draw the straight lines because you need to be able to estimate where you are. We had no capability... It is still raining. To read today, so... It's kind of really hard to tell where we are. And we're going to maintain course because northeast has been correct. And we haven't really drifted from it that much. We want to hang just like a little south of it, and I don't know why. We should assume everything went exactly as planned, right? Yes. Like, we're northeast. That's fine. Following wind. Like, this is, like, the definition of following wind. So. What can we see? If we presume, because we were going a little bit faster than we were yesterday. And if we presume that, and that we maintained a northeast heading, let me do this as if I had a protractor. Then we're like dead on course basically for Fort Aestrin, and we would have ended up about right here. So I mean, we're gonna mark that as day 10, but we're gonna make it clear that we're not sure. And you would do that on an actual map using different symbols that we don't have access to in Microsoft Paint. So that's why we're not doing that. Dragon Sage, the gift has left you. I know, right? Yeah. So we should see Aestrin right in front of us when we do see it. Well, Mount Malefic will be a little bit off to the side, but... Ah, nice try, Shavil. So now we just cruise. Feeling good about this? Our course is a little bit south of northeast. We're going more east-northeast. Who was that? Shade! It was kind of your moment. Sort of. Woo! Congratulations! Yay! The heck was that? Something went thunk in my life, in my real life. Gold is my PB! Yay! Dragon Sage, your multiple crowns are in danger. So the risk, and this is like a real life risk as well. Anytime you're sailing and you have these following seas, which is to say we're basically riding the waves. So they're coming from behind us, you can see. And I'm kind of doing it a little bit. There's a rainbow! Look. Oh, it kind of went away. There is essentially a maximum speed that a ship can go, which I believe is called hull speed. Let me see. Hull speed. Yes, hull speed is the theoretical maximum speed a displacement hull vessel can travel efficiently. So basically, when you start going fast enough, your ship is going so fast that the waves in front of it that it's making, like, from its hull, you're running into them, right? So you're bashing into the very displacement that you're creating, and that limits how fast you can go. And that's kind of one of the challenges with following seas, is that, you know, you're riding these waves and the wave is showing up in front of you. And if you're going too fast, you're either going to run into the wave in front of you, or you're gonna like peak very high on the crest of the wave and then slam down. And none of that is very efficient as sailing. So there's only so fast we can go. And we are going quite fast for the brig. I think 16-ish is considered like the maximum knots that this brig can go before it starts to suffer from that. And we were going like 12, so it gets hard to measure at this point because the waves, you know, we are riding the waves so aggressively. Yeah, 10 to 12. But we're riding the waves so aggressively that the actual, like, tracker of the chip log keeps bouncing out of the water. Rainbow. I really wish we had been able to take a reading today. But we should just be, like, straight on course. Now we just wait for nighttime. We're not close enough yet, I don't think, that I am uncomfortable sleeping through the night. Tomorrow night, possibly. Because I swear to God, if we sailed all this way to Aestrin and then I go to sleep and ram into something in the middle of the night, like an island, and just shatter my ship, I am going to be, let's call it disgruntled. Oops. I don't want to use too much more oakum because we're going to end up in a shipyard. Hopefully one that doesn't damage my ship every time I use it. And we can just repair the damage, so. Then new ship, maybe. Maybe new ship. It's some other kind of ship. I don't know what it is, but it looks to me like a clipper. Which is my favorite kind of ship, so that's exciting. I hate that it's still raining. Stop raining. If it doesn't stop soon, I'm not going to be able to read the North Star either. But I guess while we're like nice and on course and nothing bad is happening, I'm gonna go get a Gatorade. I really want to like get to Aestrin today. So I wanna lock in. But you know what happened last time? I said I wanted to get to Gold Rock City and then we spent like an extra 4 weeks trying to get there when I said, oh, today is definitely the day. But you can see on the map, like, we're really close. So I'm gonna go get a Gatorade real quick. Enjoy the view, I suppose. It's getting dark. Jade got in trouble. Okay, I can see some stars. So hopefully we can actually read. I mean, the problem is that latitude doesn't super matter. It's the longitude, you know? But latitude is, I guess, going to tell us if we're as close as we think we are, so. Alright, where? North Star. Should be, like, over here. Kinda can't see right now. That's okay. I have no food cooking right now. Oof. That's rough. This gold is due tomorrow at Astron. I don't think we're gonna make it by midnight tomorrow. And it doesn't become worthless if we don't make it. It just becomes worth less. Which sucks, but, you know, is what it is. Not with that latitude. I'm gonna eat an orange, even though they're very expensive. Nah, maybe I'll eat my eel, actually. My eel that I'm gonna say pickled. I did not pickle an eel. Alright, we still good? Yep, okay. I'm happy with that course. Where is the edge of my... Oh boy. I can't see anything. Alright, once again. Let's light this up so I can tell where I am. Where did I drop my okay, thankfully it's right here. Okay, let me just kind of hang out. That might be the North Star. Can't tell. There's two. Okay, I need to dust my screen real quick. That didn't help at all. I thought that myself, Shabio, when I said it. I can't even tell where the water is. Alright. Here's the edge of my ship. That is the North Star, I believe. Alright, 40. 40, you love to see it? That's kind of what we expect. We're gonna assume that's correct. Because it's really hard to see through the clouds, and I'm sleepy. And... oh yeah, that's north for sure. North Star. Alright, good. Like the heading. Don't think we're gonna run into Astron in the middle of the night, so we'll sleep. The problem is I'm 90% sure that trade winds are not going to follow us into Astron. They're going to get us to Astron. But Astron has just the most ridiculous wind patterns. That's why so many of the contracts in Astron are worth more. Because it's a lot harder to sail in there. And that's why Astron is considered the most advanced starting place. But, like, quite honestly, if it comes down to it and I can see Astron... alright, I'm still happy with that. But the wind is, like, against me. I genuinely might just pick up those gold and swim. That's also why we push it. That's true, I could just push. Make Raw Lion really angry. I'm kind of bracing for me to run into something, but there's no shot that we're going that far. If we couldn't even see land, there's no shot that I'm running into something. Except for, like, maybe one of those tiny ships that I can't see. Oh, is it sunrise already? Perfect. Perfect. Can we see anything? Following winds still. Ah, there it is! There it is! Easy. That's Mount Malefic. How the fuck is that Mount Malefic? Oh god! No, 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 no. No, no, no. Okay, it landed right next to me. Did you see that ship just fly out of there? Oh, this is like all of Astron that we can see right now. We got blown a little bit off course. But yeah, so you can see this island, I believe this is Fort Astron. Or maybe this is Fort Astron. That actually is Mount Malefic. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. We've got it. All of Astron in the sunrise. We might make this. Like, straight up, we might make this gold deadline. Like, we gotta book it today. Because Astron is still further away than it looks. But we really want to come at the fort from the left-hand side. That's just kind of how it's shaped. You want to come from that side? But look at us, chat! Look at us! We navigated dead on. We are the besto. I guess we might as well mark our navigation. Even though obviously we don't need it anymore. We read at 40. So, yep, that checks out if we were going at the northeast angle, obviously, which we were. Oh no, that is Mount Malefic there on the right. I had it backwards. We are on day 10. And we were right on track. That boat just rocketed out of there. I don't know why I'm looking at my compass anymore. It does not matter. Because I have a landmark. I can reckon by landmark. Oh, this is so exciting! Now we just have to go. Go, go, go. I'm gonna bail because it'll make my ship lighter. Also, I like that I wasn't like 100% unreasonable to worry that I was gonna run into something. Because we were pretty close. No, I'm going. I don't care what's in between me and land. I am getting full price for this gold. All we have to do is walk into that office before midnight. That's true. Oh, that would be funny. Surely it remembers, like, where you are and not where your ship is. I would have to imagine, because you can lose your ship in the sea. Otherwise, yeah, I just, like, jump off. I lock the helm, jump off to make it lighter, and then just reload and I'm with my ship again. But, I mean, all of this is contingent on us continuing to have the trade winds until we get to the fort. If it flips, which I kind of expect that it will, then we're gonna slow down a lot. Oh, I almost stepped off the ship. You can see we lost some waves, we're losing some wind. Oh, but we gotta get there. Much later wait. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of a skeleton crew, it's just me. Again, I don't know why I'm looking at the compass. So we need to kind of map out exactly what we're looking at. Because let's look. Astron, which we have a map for. Somewhere. Here. There's something behind me. No. Salt! Get out of here! Okay. So we've got Mount Malefic. Very obvious on the side. We don't need to worry about Firefly Grotto. That place sucks, I can tell you that. So Aestrin is the third big chunk from the right, but this little tower at Sunspire could confuse us a little bit. Because I want to make sure that we're kind of angling for what we actually mean to be. So, oh my goodness. There's Malefic. There's Sunspire. Oh, so this must be Firefly Grotto, which means this is for Aestrin. Are we agreeing with that? Malefic, Sunspire, Aestrin? Or do we think that this is the chunk that is on the edge of Sunspire? Let's see. Because something has... I'm gonna guess that 3-chonker is Aestra Abbey, because that has 3 different islands that presumably all have a little mountain on them. Alright, we're gonna adjust course. We are going to adjust, which is fine. Just that little bit. King spoke in the middle. I am going to try to get the most out of these sails that I can. But already, again, we don't have that following wind anymore. It's still fine, it's still a good angle. Basically straight east. And let's see. Malefic. Gotta wait for this wave to pass. Sunspire. Yep, you can see the second little thing there on Sunspire. This is 100% Aestrin. And that's the Abbey, so... Fort Aestrin dead ahead, basically. Alright, now I'm using the compass just to make sure that we maintain our heading. I'm hungry and thirsty, but I don't want to fill it up too much. This is going to be close, though. Well, maybe it's not even going to be close. These are further away than they look. But again, we do have the nice wind, so... Really hard to say. How's the jib out here? Fine. That's fine. Yep, it's got tension, so it's fine. Do we have tops up? We do. I'm gonna throw the spanker as well, because we gotta go. That down all the way? Yeah. We gonna zoom full sail. That's gonna adjust my course though, so I need to pay attention. Alright, we'll see. I am drifting. Better. Still drifting. I'm just gonna let this sort itself for a little bit. You think we can make it today, chat? To these islands? Yeah, we're gonna ram the ship right into the dock. Doesn't matter what happens to the ship. And the force, I'm gonna have a box underneath each arm. It's just gonna rocket me straight through the door of the office. I believe. Well, we'll see. And again, are we feeling good about this? Because I know that this is what Malefic looks like. That is Malefic 100%. It's like a perfect triangle. And this is Sunspire with the tiny little doink on the left. Like, this has to be Aestrin, the fort itself. This third thing, which we are heading directly towards. I didn't realize that the abbey was so large. Or whatever that is. Prediction up, chat. Thanks, Seville. Like, I guess it has to be the abbey, right? I would have expected that to be Firefly Grotto because it's like gargantuan. But okay, we're actually holding our course pretty nicely. Even with the spanker up. Oh, I can't watch. We gotta find something to do. Get out of here, water. We gotta go fast. A watched pot never boils, right? We can't keep looking. Why don't we do some fishing? What is this? Oh, it's my broken ship. Let's do some fishing. We'll just pretend that, that we're not trying really hard. We are going fast, though. Like, look at that wake. Massive. There are no fish, turns out. Fish. Those don't live in the sea. There we go. Slice up this boy. I think we might salt him because I don't need him right now. And then we'll take another look at both our heading and the wind direction. I'm in. I do really need to win, though. I will do my very best. Alright, he took my hook. I'll need to fix that in a moment. Yep, okay, we're basically holding steady. This is nice. Wind is shifting a little bit. But we're dead on for Astron. Let's chop some fish. Oh, I did? That's a nice salmon. I did want to measure our speed, though. We're up and over these waves so aggressively that it's hard for it to measure. 8 to 10. Not quite as much as in the storm, obviously. But, alright, fish. Focus. Fish. Ka-cha! I'm gonna salt it. Oh, that's a trout, not a salmon. Salt it. Actually, I should put these salted things in a box. So they're not all taking up my drying rack, I now realize. Gonna make it harder for Cheville to watch the carrots. Alright. Let me take this box over here. We got a fish. A fish. I can no longer reach the fish. A fish. I'll put the salmon in here too. Cool. How are we looking? Still good. It's getting bigger for sure. Like, we can actually see some of the details of the islands, you know? I think... I guess because we're coming from it... from this direction and not from the south, that's why it's weird that all of this is... I recognize this little sticky uppy thing, and I don't know why. Look at that, we don't need no fancy long view. I cannot express how much further that other spyglass can see. I used to have one. Alright, the wind. We could get a little more out of this sail. It's already shifting the helm a little bit. That's okay. So Casa, nice to see ya. How you doing? Thanks for the lizard treats. I don't know if you saw yesterday, we had special lizard treats for the Bowies for their birthday in Discord. It's around here somewhere, and I'm going to lose my mind if we ever find it. The spyglass that I dropped. Like, there's no shot. We can actually see, like, the color of some of the land. Oh, are we going to make it today? I think it's gonna be closer than you think. What time is it? It's 1 o'clock. What is florping around and making noise? Don't. Malefic, Sunspire, Aestrin, it has to be, I think. How long IRL do we have? Hard to say. Hard to say. I mean, that has to be Aestrin. Because I don't want to miss it, you know? I don't want to be incorrect. But we should be able to see the port on it soon. And Aestrin is not that big. Like, there's no way that this is Aestrin. Like, the fort itself. It's all Aestrin, but... You can kind of start to see the sand of this island, so... We're getting there. Gonna adjust us a little bit. Like I said, we want to be coming from the left of the port. The port side of the port. Now, if we were doing this for realsies, we would still be doing navigation. Just because you can see it doesn't mean you shouldn't be writing it down. Yeah, so the thing to the left of Fort Aestrin is the Abbey. And I don't know if you can see that. I'm hungry, so my vision is getting funky. That thing at the top there, I believe, is the Abbey on top of that mountain. So that further confirms that this thing in front of us is the fort. Sails looking alright, I guess. How? Let me see. Yeah, this should be fine. I want to back up into this. We can do a little more with these. Just a smidge. Like in general? In general what? I've forgotten what I said. Well read, you know your MVCs. Javiel. Shade, if you were a mod, I would have you ban Javiel. In retaliation. Oh, I meant in reply to Ouija. Yeah, you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, the Abbey now. It's gonna be close. Like, we're so close to the Abbey, and yet it feels like we're so far from the fort. Even though the Abbey is It's because we're coming from over here, right? So the abbey is currently on our left. Oh, I just want to get there. Get the water out of my ship. Our oakum is essentially worn off. Which is why I'm now having to bail so much. It is 3:20 p.m. We need to be there by midnight. I'll use the rest, I suppose, of this oakum. Oopsie. Just because it was only at 6%. Because I'm going to be able to repair my ship, you know? So. But hey, if we use the oakum, hypothetically, according to the game logic, our boat weighs less, right? I don't know if that's how it works. And if this were, for some reason, the fort, the port would be right here. So, the fact that we can't see it further corroborates our theory that that is not the fort. Wait a second. Still can't really tell. What do I want to eat? Oranges are really valuable. I don't want to eat one just to go into town here shortly. Let's maybe catch a fish. If we can. Oh, you can see the breaker here. We sailed right over the breaker for the Abbey. So we're getting into like different tides and stuff. Or different like underwater currents. That may have slowed us down a little, so now as we leave it we could speed up again. Off to my left. You can see it there. Sun is setting. If it comes down to it, like, I don't know. Do I take the time to dock properly? Or do I literally just jump off of the ship? Like, I put the sails down, I let it drift a little bit, and I jump off of the ship. There are no fish. Dock properly? Well, I think first things first, we need to get the gold together. Because I need, like, that's the only thing that's due today. Everything else is still due in, like, 20 days. The reason the gold was worth so much was because they wanted it there quickly. So I need to get my gold together. Okay, so there was the Abbey, that's fine. I hate that we're not really able to see anymore. But this should be the fort. I think these two little nuggets are two parts of the castle that's on the fort. Did you get something good? Oh. Sad. Alright, so we know what is all this? That's coconuts, nobody cares. Gold. Alright. So there's one. I'm pretty sure that I have two. Two gold. That's a crate. That's mail. Crate. Cheese. Crate. I might only have one gold, but I think I have two. Can't see anything. Coconuts. More crates. Yay! Who was that? Viv! Oh, hold on. Yay! You've done it! Gold Lars for the gold delivery! Yeah! Did I only have one? See, this is... Oopsie. This is why we're looking. Gold to Fort Eastern. Amount 2. Yeah, I have 2 gold. Somewhere. Gold is in little tiny boxes. I just literally bumped my glasses into the microphone because I'm looking so hard. This was the one that I put there. Crate. Cheese. Crate. Crate. Oh, is it this? Yes. Okay. We found our gold. How's my course? My course still seems fine. Assuming that that's Fort Eastern. Gold. I don't actually want them to be on that side because the port is going to be on my left. Oh, no, 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 no. Hey, don't ask me how I dropped my spyglass before. Like, right there should be the port, but... the other problem is I have to sleep. If I'm going to sleep, I have to do it now. And I am pretty hungry. Oh no. I'll just wait until I get even hungrier. Because we're going, like, pretty quick. Ooh. What time is it? 6:30. We're going, like, pretty quick. I'm gonna sail past it, I think, if I sleep, even for a little bit. Power nap? I know, like, I'm pretty hungry. So I think I could maybe power nap. Yeah, it says that I'm hungry. Okay, we're gonna risk it for all the biscuits, chat. Oopsie. Alright, we're gonna drift off to sleep. Go to sleep, please. Go to sleep. And then I'm just gonna, like, mash to wake up. I can't control when I wake up. Please wake up. Please wake up. Wake up, I'm hungry! There, okay, good. Get up, get up, get up, get up! Where am I? Oh Christ, where is Astron? I cannot see, I cannot see! Where's the port? I don't think I could do it, I have no visuals. Can you die of hunger? You can. I can't see. Okay. I can't see anything. Okay. What is it? There's no wind. Okay. That's something. Okay, I need to figure out where I am. We wouldn't have gone very far because there's no wind anymore. There's a landmass to my left. This is Fort Astron. I'm pretty sure. Oh no. What time is it? The wind is no. It's 9 o'clock, like, if I could just see the port. But I can't see anything. Hold on. I know, I turned the capture off. There we go. We should now be able to see a little better. I Like, the fort has to be right in front of me, right? This is the fort. But there's, like, no wind! We've stumbled at the finish line, chat! Alright, it's kind of picking up. What? What? You think swimming would have been better at this point? It's like 9:30. Push the boat! Oh, I can't see anything! So dark. Oh god, and I'm so hungry. Oh, I hate to do it, but... Like, we are moving again. There is wind. I can't see the lights from the port. It's gonna be like hard left. Do I see the lights from the port? Where am I? I don't think pushing is gonna help because now we've got the wind again. And the ship is gonna go faster than I can keep up with it. I'm gonna turn us, not just to get us around the outside of the fort. I can't go too close. But also to get us more with the wind directly behind us. Oh, I can run on the waves just fine, but not full sail with following winds. I swear to God, this better be the port. Because that's Malefic. That's Sunspire. So it's like, what is this? Oh, is that a glow? Is that a glow? Is that the port? I can't see in the middle of the night. There's no way to know. What direction is the wind coming from? A not good one? Is the answer? Chat, I think we're missing it by a couple hours. Yep, here's the port for sure. God damn it. If we wouldn't have had that dead section of wind, we literally would have made it. I could run. What time is it? What time is it? It's turning 11. Okay, hold on. How close is this port, actually? The wind is garbage. What is my spanker doing for me? I need to start slowing down. Or I'm going to, like, ram something. Okay, okay, okay. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm losing, like, a big driver here of my speed. But otherwise, we are going to crash. I cannot believe we're not gonna make it. We have 40 minutes. Yeah, wind is like straight against us now. I can't use my squares. The squares are actively pushing me backwards now. Like if I don't furl them. So, they need to go. Where's my gold? Alright, chat, we bail! I'm getting one of these! It says due today, watch my box. And it'll say due tomorrow when we fail. I'm running. I'm swimming. Go! I don't know where my ship is going. My ship will be around. The office is like right up from the dock, I think. It should be. It should be like right by the market. Our ship. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. I have to remember what this looks like. Do today. Do today. God damn it, where's the office? Do today. Yeah! We got one of them. Where's my boat? Oh my god, it's so far away. Yeah, it's 1 out of 2. I could only carry one. Oh my god. Oh no, I need to sleep. I have to get back to my ship. Oh no. I will die if I don't sleep. Okay. Okay. Let me on my ship! Let me on my ship! Oh no! Due yesterday. Okay, let me in! Oh! You couldn't even see the line anymore. Okay, I've slept. I need to make sure my ship doesn't actually crash. We have failed to deliver the other one in the sense that it's due yesterday now, but we haven't crashed the ship. We got full price for one of them. Oh. Alright, we close haul this and we get into port. I'm calling it a failure? Alright. That was epic. Oh man, if we just wouldn't have had that dead wind, like, in the middle of the night, you know? You're, like, not moving at all. Why are we not moving? Do I have a sail up somewhere? No. Are we moving? We are moving. Okay, fine. We're moving. Christ. This wind is garbage. But we're like at the port. Fine. I am literally just gonna... I'm gonna push. Because we're there. Oh, do I need to push? Yeah, we're gonna be in irons. So yes, I do need to push. Towboat time, or tugboat time. I specifically do want to dock, like, right here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Let me on the ship, please. I really need to stop my ship from crashing. I did not want to dock where we are about to dock. But it's fine. It's fine. Okay, this is fine. If we reloaded save, would we have made the deadline? Probably not. Because no amount of reloading is going to give us wind during that time. And that was really, like, what we needed. I don't know that I can make this. I think this is still too far. Yeah, that's, like, way too far, I think. Close, but too far. Okay. Yeah, I mean, in order to make the deadline... Like, I don't... Oh god, I need to sleep again. I don't know that we could have. Because... let me on. Because, like... We had multiple periods of dead wind. Nope, not this. This, please. But now, I mean, we have an entire day to actually dock and deliver our stuff, so... I'm not in super rush right now. That counts as docked, I think, so I'm just gonna nap, like, real quick. Just so that I don't die. Okay, cool. That was just, like, a little bit. That's all I needed. Alright. Let's get her in here. And, like, once it's yesterday, it doesn't matter how soon you deliver it, you know? It's not like it's going down by the minute or anything. So we're going to get paid the same whether I dock or not at this point. But oh boy, we made some of the original amount of money. And it doesn't go down by, like, that much. It's not like we took it down by half or something, you know? So, we still made some good money. Alright. Cool. Where's me guild? Me guild! I should probably still sleep. So we have... Oh, we need to switch to... This is Astron, right? My mouse is so sensitive. 5,000 crowns is what we currently have. That's with the gold that we got. Oh, I've gone too far. And now we've got 8,900, so, I mean... Obviously what we delivered before was worth even more than that. Oh boy! Oh boy! Alright, well... I'm gonna go sleepies here. Please let me sleep before I die. Am I incapable of sleeping because I'm so hungry? Oh no. Oh, I'm thirsty. Please just glug-a-lug a little bit so I don't die. Thank you. Go to sleep. Good. Alright. We made it! We're in Astron. I'm gonna let me sleep for a little bit. Let me change the this back to what it should be, which is morning time. Hard to sleep with all that water. We're gonna get this all fixed. It's gonna be good. And next time we can decide what to do. But yeah, no, I can't sleep very well. Let me also turn this off, but yeah, welcome to Astron. There's our big ship. There she is, gargantuan, 3 masts. We'll go over and take a closer look next week. I might just do all of the, like, because the shipyard's right here. I might just do all of the, like, repairing the ship off stream because you don't need to watch me like push this thing around for half an hour. So, but yeah, we're here in Aestrin. We did it. And it was tough. But we did it. So now we have to think about who we want to hop over to. Who is currently live? I can't get to my browser. Ruby is live. Catsy is live. Moa is live. There's a lot of good people. What's Catsy doing? And for how long? I'm super glad you decided to play this with us. Thank you. Oh, that was the closest I've certainly ever been to missing a deadline. Alright, let's raid. How do I spell this? I have to actually go back to her channel. Alright. Catsy the Nail. Is this correct? It is. Catsy is currently playing Sly Cooper. That's exciting. Very chill. Go hang out. Y'all are wonderful. Thank you so much for continuing to indulge in my boatness. I'll be back next week doing, I guess, another Shadow of the Colossus intended %, doing it correctly this time so that we can actually submit the PV. And then we'll do more sailing. We'll be here in Aestrin. We'll figure out like how much we need for this giant ship, what we want to spend our money on. You know, do we want to stay around here and try to earn money? Do we want to go to Happy Bay? There's all sorts of stuff we could do. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Say hi to Catsy when you get over there. And I will see you later. Bye!